there were 3 women that were chilling at Chili D Sports Lounge in California. And, you know, after they had their nice meal, something terrible happened.
Oh my God.
Let's watch.
I got the bill and I was looking at the bill and I was like, why does the receipt say fat girls?
At first, her friends assumed she was joking.
I was laughing at her and she was like, I'm serious. I'm like, no, it does not say fat girls, let me see it.
She was like, you're lying, and I was like, no, I'm serious, look at it. She was like, fat girls.
I was like, give me that. And I'm looking, I was like, oh, heck no.
When the server returned, he denied having anything to do with it. He explained that Jeff, the name on the receipt, must have been the one who typed the words into the system. But Jeff was gone, so the 3 demanded to see a manager.
He had like a smirk on his face, like if it was funny, but trying not to laugh.
The manager apologized, but his first reaction was to offer 25% off the bill.
So obviously that's ridiculous. No one should do something like that. But at the same time, I'm amazed that this became a news story. Everyone was talking about it today. How does this become a news story?
No, you know why? Because there was the I can't tip, I'm a single mom. There was something about liberals and it's just, that's the thing now. You show photos of, it's like cat photos, now it's receipt photos. That just goes big on Reddit and everything. That's why.
I get it, but is it always going to be a story every time someone gets insulted now? And I'm not trying to defend Jeff in this case. Like, Jeff is a loathsome guy, he shouldn't have done that, yada yada yada. But stuff like this happens all the time. Like, I get insulted on a freaking hourly basis. You know what I mean? Like, someone's insulting me right now at this very moment. I see you typing those comments.
Probably.
I see you typing. Okay, so it's.
Look, I generally have a very low threshold of how much I care about somebody being offended. Offended doesn't actually mean anything. It doesn't actually do anything to you. You either are fat or you're not fat. Somebody pointing that out, it's not polite. Don't do it. We live in a society. We live in a civilization. We're trying to keep it going. You should be polite to each other. But at the same time, it's offended. Look, you should worry more about your health, I would imagine. Now, look, he certainly shouldn't have said this. And I find it weird that somebody who apparently has worked here, like, I know what's printed. Like, there's some stuff I type in that doesn't appear on the check. There's some stuff that I type in because I was a waiter for years that does. How does he not know this? It was like his first day, probably his last day, I would imagine then. But yeah, and look, they were offered 25% off, 50% off. I don't even think they should have been offered that much. They can choose not to come back. You can make that choice. You're totally free to not come back. But saying no, 50% off isn't enough. I want hundreds of thousands of dollars. No, they called you fat. Get over it.
If I were the manager of that restaurant, I would just let them have the free meal. I know.
Most managers would.
Yeah,
in my
just let
experience.
them have the free meal. Let it go. Like, I think offering 25% off kind of adds insult to injury. If they want the free meal, just give it to them and move on, right?
Yeah.
And of course, the manager of the restaurant, Maggie Lewis, apologized profusely, and she felt horrible about it. She's like, this is horrible behavior, and I don't condone it. And I understand that it's not her fault. It was one of her, douchey employees. But at the same time, I don't think that they handled it right anyway.
No,
So.
Can I say one more thing?
Go ahead.
I will say that as a waiter, you just have to accept the fact that we do this. Not necessarily insulting, but if I have to get a friend to bring an iced tea over to this table, I'm not going to say which person is. I don't know his name. Just give it to Jeff. No, I'm going to say the guy in the blue shirt, the girl with the cleavage. It's not personal. And understand that most people who have not waited don't understand this. It is one of the most stressful, emotionally draining, and physically draining jobs. And we need our coping mechanisms. And if that means calling people names from time to time, you're getting your burger, okay? Relax.
Are you giving Jeff a pass here?
No, he should be disciplined.
Have you
but
called
let's not
anyone
go crazy.
a fat girl?
I'm sure that at one point I was like the fat guy at table 10. But it's not like
hell
no.
All of a sudden.
Okay, Mitt Romney. I somewhat believe in high school I cut that guy. I maybe cut the guy's hair in high school.
No,
I'm not saying it because fuck the fat guy. I'm saying there's 4 people at the table. They're all white. They look similar. One of them happens to be fatter. That's the most distinguishing characteristic. I just want the iced tea to get to the table. It's not personal, okay? I'm not dating his daughter.
I saw this come before you confronted him. I saw the whole time coming. He said, it's what happens. I mean, what can you do?
John Iadarola throwing John Iadarola under the bus. That's kind of amazing.
Actually, my first indication was when he said, is this guy's first time on the job? Why would he put on the receipt? Just call them fat bitches in private.
It's totally not true. Totally not true.
Idiot.
I love my customers. If you happen to know which restaurants I worked at, they're both fine establishments and fine customers both.